This is Kathy Biehl of Empowermentunlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of October 1st, 2018. Starting to feel like Halloween. Starting to feel like something a lot more serious than Halloween. Some kind of protracted spook thriller, tension-producing script that just keeps unrolling and unrolling and unrolling. Not going to be resolved this week. Sorry. Pluto has stationed direct all kinds of stuff that has been kicking around below the surface will be coming up, restructuring some things, more governmental revelations, I guess is a good way to put it, pushes for doing things differently. And on an individual level, some pretty strong come to Jesus moments. Being brutally honest with ourselves, hearing things that make us realize life is not all sweetness and goodness, hearing things that make us realize, a situation is changing, permanently altering the way we look at certain things. This is also actually useful for having deep conversations on topics that you've been dodging, speaking really important truths, clearing the air. And it's not necessarily all that hard or that painful because Venus, who really is in charge of the entire month of October, has a couple of contacts as the month begins that link her and by extension permeate our relationships and interactions with softness, with glamour, with magic, with gentleness, with seeing things in the best possible way, with maybe fooling ourselves a bit, and almost simultaneously fusing what we want with the will to go after it. Even with all the fractiousness going on in the news and in many an interpersonal situation, something is, to use a really trite phrase, getting on the same page. There are moments, there are places where two people are seeing how they are aligned, where a higher love and understanding is flowing down into specific connections. So even if on a conscious level, there's still some dickering and disagreement and pushing back and forth, on a deeper level, operating from the same position. And this is going on with Venus slowly moving into her retrograde, which begins on the 5th and continues until November 15th. She's retrograding in Scorpio. She's already deep and kind of scary in Scorpio as it is. This is sexy witchy territory. This summer, virtually everything in the sky was retrograde, but not Venus, and now she gets her private time. She's in the inner planet spotlight, and a Venus retrograde has us revisiting all kinds of things related to relationships, to money, to what we value. We could have business deals from the past resurface. We could have old flames resurface, old lovers resurface, deep secrets that maybe have been in the corners and in the closets coming out, ghosts reappearing. Some of these will be in our thoughts, some of these will be in our dreams. We wake up and realize we've been thinking about someone or that we were dreaming about someone overnight. We might stumble across somebody in social media, see them commenting on a mutual friend's post. You might actually even hear from people. This is a great time to actively reach out, reconnect. The point isn't necessarily, and probably isn't at all, bringing that person or that situation back into your life. But you can look at this as a really interesting soul retrieval process. Discovering who you used to be, what you used to value, what used to be important to you, and seeing how that fits in your life now. Another way that this will play out is re-examining the value of situations that have been brewing lately. Don't jump into new things. As with Mercury retrograde, a Venus retrograde is not a time to start something new, to make a major purchase, to commit to something, to launch a business, to get engaged, to get married. Some attractive person floats into your life. Withhold judgment. The person may not be there for the reasons that present themselves at first. And the bottom line is, things tend to not have the value that they present when they show up. But certainly explore, dive in, see what you can see. You might find that you're bolder than you used to be, that you're more perceptive than you used to be. We've all got X-ray goggles now. Why not use them? Oh, and the role of the feminine. She's not backing down. Homing thought of the week. What is the truth of the situation? Song of the week, I have two. How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees, and Sooner or Later, which is from a Walt Disney animation, I think Dumbo, and the version I want to direct you to is by Broadway songstress Barbara Cook on the Stay Awake album. And the image of the week is spelunking, exploring caves. If you'd like to work directly with the energies of the Venus retrograde, get my Meeting Venus Retrograde Visualization MP3, which is available as bonus content at my Patreon site, patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, or in the shop at Empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my newsletter and book a session with me. Talk to you next week.